Okay, so guess I got this right. These are all going to go into a water jacket, or at least I'm going to assume they do. I'm going to put PTFE on the bolt, and if you do it right and you chase your threads out, that should go all the way to the bottom, finger tight like that. Now I'm doing studs instead of bolts because I hate torque to yield bolts. This is going to be boring. I'm going to time lapse it. So the head studs in, surface is cleaned up, cylinder heads are sitting on the block. I go through, add the fasteners, torque this thing down, and probably call it an evening. Okay, so torquing the heads down, heads on the motor, or heads on the block. The heavy studs, we're going to do 3 rounds, 25 foot-pounds, 45 foot-pounds, 70 foot-pounds. These we're going to send to 60 foot-pounds, I think. With the smaller ones, yeah, the short studs are 60 foot-pounds. Now let's see. So pattern I'm going to do is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I'm just going to go through, torque these up in order, the way the manual said. Set my torque wrench to this adapter. See if my 1, 2, yeah, something like that. Crisscrossing. One-handed stuff is for the birds. I say that. That's the first round. Go back around. I'm going to do those last 60. So I had to get a special deep well 12 point to go over these studs. But yeah, torquing the heads. run these guys and replace them, clean those up, block off those coolant crossover, and then it's going to be push rods, rockers, valve covers. One of these days I'm going to get brave, put the V-LOM back on, but not until I do this. Push rods and valve train. So that's what's coming next. Got my handy pizza tray organizer, so I can put things back where they were. Not that I don't know if it matters anymore at this point. Those are soaking in oil so they wouldn't flash rust. It's concerning. This motor doesn't want to turn. Why wouldn't it turn over? What did I do wrong? No, that's stuck. Oh crap. Okay, so pretend like you saw me put the rocker arm guides in before I tried putting these rockers in. Torque these first two. Make sure the motor turns over. That's better. Now let's see if that should put. pump sprayer through the side of the block. I'm not sure all that does is just put a little bit of oil on top of the discharge of the oil pump. So valve covers are coming up. We're going to flip it over after that. I don't know, I may do valve covers afterwards. That way any junk that runs and drips off can just go away. I don't know. Probably do valve covers next. We got to reseal the valve covers. Yeah, that's a good part of it. Stopping points. Okay. So I have torqued all of these while they're on the base. And then insured motor turns over. Checking, double checking. Boom. Valve train. Together. Assemblage. I can put the oil pump back on that I took off for reasons. Flip this bad boy over and start working the bottom end again now that I have a bolt for the oil pump pickup tube. Okay, so I've got valve covers mounted, the improved valve cover, all nice and shiny and silver painted from China, and the natural crusty aluminum passenger side. Next, it's time to finally set the V-LOM. Should have done more. Should have shot more about this. I resealed this with a gasket. The gasket that came in my engine kit it was not a full gasket. It only included the outer edge, which I guess you just break off and reseal so the oil doesn't leak down the motor. But I had already disassembled this thing all the way. If I had realized, I would have left this assembled. But it did give me a chance to replace. There's O-rings under here. There's videos on how to do that. I don't want to take credit from anybody. I watched a video to see how to do it. I'm going to clean this surface up really quick and then set the V-LOM in, find the hardware for it, and bolt that in. Okay, oil pump pickup, ready to drop a pan on, got the pickup tube reinstalled, Loctited, got some thread sealant or Loctite on this fastener because this backing off would be a bad day. Wiped these two gasket surfaces down with acetone. One thing you got to note on your gasket is you have your oil filter is in the pan, not in the block, so your gasket is directional. If you had an OEM gasket, You can see there's these holes for pop rivets. The stock gasket is actually riveted in place at the factory. You have to drill those rivets out. And these corners of the oil pan get RTV on the top side. So the front cover takes a front cover seal. Trying to remember if they take RTV or not. They put some on it anyways. I'll get a driver, drive this on, hopefully. Bolt out of the way. Alright, so I've wiped this gasket surface down with acetone. Do it again. Put just a skin, real light coat of RTV on the corners where those two housings are going to meet. A little extra reinsurance. I don't know. Reassurance. So seal went in. I was actually able just to press it in with my hand, no problem. This crankshaft isn't keyed, so this just goes on and then you run it in with an installation tool after you put assembly lube on it. So these covers are still snug but not tight, because I want to take advantage of the dampener and use it to align the seal to the crankshaft. If that seal is out of alignment in one direction or another, you'll wear it out very quickly and have a pretty good oil leak. Get your installation tool ready. Sauce it up. Perfect. Plonk. I'm going to start one of these up here. As you can see, that seal tool helped keep that lip seal from rolling over when I installed this cover on. And I'm going to go through, probably try to bar the motor over once and then tighten this up. I don't know. We'll see. I know one thing you don't want to do is crank these too hard, because that'll pull this down and wear the seal out. flex plates on. Everything major is on it. It's time to